Hello guys, once again it's Matt, and today we have another video. Thank you all the members, all the Patreons. Make sure to subscribe and let's get into it. And today I wanted to talk about 3 things that Gaijin missed a little bit on the roadmap that they released yesterday. Remember guys, this roadmap is basically for half the year, or at least for the first half of the 2024. Some of this stuff might actually be pushed to the second half of 2024, but at least the roadmap is just for immediate stuff, and so there might be a lot of stuff that are just missing and they already know about it. But I mean, I always talked about the little power that I have, to spread around the information. I try to use it to raise concerns about problems in the game. The fuel slider thing, I always talked about it, not as much as I could, but yeah, it was always something that I talked about. The flare thing, the different BRs for different game modes, it's always stuff that I saw that were a problem, and they are finally hearing us. So, and you can see that the community is actually having the same kind of line of thinking, because they actually heard the community feedback and put it in the roadmap itself. So I will continue to do this type of video and work to actually try to raise awareness to stuff that we can have in the game and we should already have in the game but are not in the game yet. Yesterday I talked about 3 things that I thought were very, very good in the roadmap, but today we're going to talk about 3 things that I think are missing in that roadmap. Some of them are kind of small, but still, I think it's very, very cool. There are small things, big things, they all add up to be a better game, of course. The first thing that I wanted to talk about is buddy lazing. Guys, buddy lazing might be something that not a lot of people worry about, but I really think that it should be added at one point to the game. What would that be? Well, that would be basically a way of you actually using laser guided ammunition, like bombs or missiles even, and it wouldn't be guided by the by your own laser designator in an aircraft. It would be guided by a friendly that has a laser designator. That could be another aircraft, or that could be a tank or something like that that would have that system. That would bring a lot more aircraft that could do laser guided stuff. It would be a lot harder to do and it wouldn't be that effective as you're using your own system, but they should be having some form of way for you to ask for somebody to buddy laze, or something along those lines, so that there is kind of a quest or a little reward that the player can get, by helping somebody guide a laser guided weapon, right? Even F5Es could actually use GBU 12s, the Mirai 2000C, etc. They just don't use in the game because you don't have a way to guide the weaponry. So having a way of that would not only increase the amount of aircraft that could actually do that, that can be a good thing or a bad thing depending on the situation, but still. And that would mean more team play, a little bit more rewards for depending on what you want to play and how do you want to play. So I just think it would be a very, very funny and fun way to actually play, even with friends. You can have a friend that is just looking for targets in the ground, or with an older helicopter or something like that, and just guiding it with the laser designator that aircraft, that tank, etc. have. So that would be the first one. The second one would be the RRB rework. Of course, RRB kind of became the same mode every single match. Even tanks, they have different types of modes and different types of dynamic maps that you can actually do. So there's different types of objectives, etc., right? But aircraft, in RRB especially, it's basically every single match is the same. Especially in the higher tiers, I think it really needs a rework. Does that mean more ground targets? Does that mean more bots flying around, less players in a match, more targets, different types of targets, seed missions, anti-ship missions? I don't know, but at least something that would make the air RB battle a little bit more engaging than just a normal deathmatch in a place that casts aircraft that just don't have a place, to be honest, right? How they would implement this? Well, I think the first way of dealing with that would be to just do a massive poll of just asking people what they want in ARB. Like I said, different game modes in certain ways, you know, or maybe protecting bombers, maybe attacking bombers, maybe, I don't know. There are many ways of doing that, but ask the players and they will like completely give the answer in a very easy manner on how they want to see the future of these game modes like ARB, you know. So AB, I think it's alright, to be honest. In the game modes itself, it's okay. In simulator battles, it's sometimes it's problematic depending on the map, but I think it's alright. But ARB, it's where I think it's the main concern that I have with the future of the game, to be honest, of just continue to be fun to play in these maps and these game modes, okay? And the last thing that I wanted to talk about is, of course, the wings vapors, you know? Those things, I mean, yeah, they're not the biggest change ever, you know? And it might even create some problems, but I'm pretty sure it will not, because the vapor clouds, they do create problems, right? But it's more on the sense that you lose the sight of the enemy, that lose your sight of where you were flying. But the vapor, like wings, clouds, or whatever you want to call it, they're not that big of a problem in that manner. You know, it would be something that would be visually like pleasing, because it would be kind of realistic. A lot of these aircraft produce that when they turn, and it would be just a very fun little thing that would like make people feel that the game is a little bit more realistic. Of course, they always improve on graphic stuff, but yeah, I just think that this thing has been a question or a suggestion from players for a very long time. People have been asking for this for I don't know how much time, you know, so that would be very, very cool. And here we have it, guys. Three things that are interesting things that I think should be added to the roadmap. The RB rework would be the biggest one. That's why it would need a poll with the community, etc. But the body lazy one, I think it's a very interesting one, more for the fun factor, and the wing vapor more for the realism / like looks factor. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Let me know in the comments what do you think is your 3 options that you would choose. See you guys on the next one. Make sure to subscribe.